Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the best sports show out, episode 65 of Highly Opinionated. I'm your co-host, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, working with the best co-host in the game, Randallstown Rec legend himself. What's up, Tim? How you doing, my brother?
What's good, man? I was doing all right. Then the Steelers played, and then they let me down. So I ain't doing as well as I should have been. But man, we here, we here for the next episode, brother. You know what I'm saying?
We are here for the next episode, brother. Obviously, always good to be in your presence, my brother. Obviously, we will get to that game later on in the episode, but it's no better way for the NFL season to end in game 272 between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The winner season continues, the loser season is over. No better way, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm sure you are as well. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys for watching episode 64. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support. As you guys can see, we're -1 today. We don't have the super talented guy that makes us all look good, Ross. Ross, we send you our best wishes. We'll see you on the show next week. Get well soon, brother. In the meantime, Tim, want to make sure that everyone knows where to follow us at. So you guys see on your screen, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, etc. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. We're everywhere. So if you want to listen to Highly Opinionated or be a part of Highly Opinionated, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Twitter or X, and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can have your chance to be on the show. As I keep saying on every show, this is a show for each and every one. Black, white, Republican, Democrat, male, female. If you have a sports take, you love sports, this is the place for you. Tim, my brother, ready to get episode 65 started?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Let's start off with. So we didn't have no college football playoffs last week. It was a bye week for the college football teams. The teams from the first round had a bye week. Not a bye week, but had a week to prepare for their second round opponents. The teams that they're playing in the second round, the number 1 seed Indiana Hoosiers, the number two seed Ohio State Buckeyes, the number 3 seed Georgia Bulldogs, the number 4 seed Texas Tech Raiders. All those teams are in action starting this week. Speaking of the college football playoffs, we're down to the quarterfinals. And we start off on Wednesday night with the number 10 Miami Hurricanes taking on the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes. This game is obviously a college football playoff quarterfinal at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Game is Wednesday at 7:30. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak will be on the call. This game is on ESPN. Tim, you start us off, my brother. Who advances, Miami or Ohio State?
So I think this game is going to be better than what people think it's going to be. I know Miami is a 10-point underdog. I believe last time I checked, it was 10-point underdogs. But I think the game will be 9.5. Yeah, I think the game will be closer than that. I feel like Miami's a good physical team. The only concern with me will be how much would they let Carson Beck throw the ball. That'll be my concern. Like I think he needs to throw the ball at least 25 or more times in this game, just to loosen up the defense so Mark Fletcher can get going in the running game. Defensively, we know Ohio State is real stout, so it's going to be a tough task for them. Offensively, I'm still not sold on Ohio State. That's why I think the game's going to be close. Should be pretty low scoring as well. But I'm going to take, just because I don't know what they're going to do with Carson Beck, I'm going to take Ohio State in a close game.
Ohio State to defeat Miami in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. As I said earlier, Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Taylor McGregor, Quinn Kesnick will be on the call for the Cotton Bowl, Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic between Miami and Ohio State. To me, this is all 4 of these games are really hard to pick. Most of them are hard to pick. One is a little bit easier to pick, but the 3 of the 4 games are very, very hard to pick. It could go either way. I look at Ohio State. I look at their offense. I look at their defense. We know they've had the best defense basically in the country all year. To me, that's a combination of who they played and who they've not played. You feel me? So I think that matters in that defensive ranking. The teams that they played really weren't offensive juggernauts. And the teams that they didn't play, like they didn't play Indiana during the regular season. They played them in the Big Ten championship. So, and Indiana's defense is very good as well. So, I think Ohio State's defense, Miami's defense will come to play. I'm going to take the veteran. I'm going to take Carson Beck. I think they find a way. Carson Beck finds a way to be good. Carson Beck finds a way to play well and finds a way to give Miami the advantage at the quarterback position. And if Carson Beck does that, I think Miami can beat Ohio State. So give me the Miami Hurricanes to defeat the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah, just to elaborate on that point, I think that's not a bad upset call, especially if they get Malachi Tony involved early and often. They definitely can shock the world.
Yeah, again, with both teams being physical, like you said, I think it'll be a low-scoring game. I just think Carson Beck has been in college too long. We've seen him make the critical mistake, but I'm just hoping in this game he doesn't make the critical mistake. So should be a good year. Should be a great Goodyear Cotton Bowl Wednesday night. Miami and Ohio State, a rematch of the 2003 Fiesta Bowl, which ended in a controversy pass interference against Miami. Ohio State went on to win the national championship that year, stopped Miami from winning back-to-back championships. So this is the first time they met since then. That's crazy. Long time.
Yeah, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next game we're going to preview the Orange Bowl, which is the number 5 Oregon Ducks take on the number 4 Texas Tech Red Raiders. This game is Thursday at 12 o'clock on ESPN. Joe Tessitore, Jesse Palmer, Katie George, Stormy Bontatoni will be on the call. Oregon is favored in this game. Oregon is favored by 2.5. The over is 2.5. As you know, Tim, I'll start us off. As you know, in all season, I've been a Texas Tech supporter. I love their defense. I think they have one of the best defenses in the country. I think linebacker Jacob Rodriguez should have been a Heisman candidate. I thought he was that good this year. So I know what Oregon represents, but I'm still flying high with my Texas Tech Red Raiders. Give me the Texas Tech Red Raiders to defeat the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, man. For me, this game come down to you got the homegrown built team versus the team that got bought, right? So I'm going to go with the built team with Dan Lanning in Oregon, man. I just think once you're able to build a culture like he has, it's a little different than bringing everybody in. So I think they're going to rally around and get the W. Give me Oregon.
You like Oregon? I like Texas Tech. Should be a great Orange Bowl Thursday at 12 o'clock. Thursday actually has 3 games, so this is the first game. The second game is the Rose Bowl. The number 9 Alabama Crimson Tide take on the number 1 seed Indiana Hoosiers. This game is Thursday at 4 o'clock. Chris Fowler, Kurt Herbstreit, Holly Rowe will be on the call. Chris Fowler, Kurt Herbstreit, Holly Rowe, Chris Button will be on the call for the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential. Indiana is favored. Tim, I'm pulling up the numbers now. They are favored by Indiana's favored by 6.5. The over-under is 48.5. Tim, who wins the Rose Bowl? Alabama or Indiana?
I believe in this game, man. Indiana can't get off to a slow start just because they ain't played last week. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they come in, start off fast. Because I don't think this is a very good Alabama team. I think it's a solid Alabama team. So give me Mendoza and Indiana. I think they actually win pretty convincingly. I think they win by double digits. Give me Indiana.
Like Indiana to defeat Alabama by double digits. Last year in this round, every team that had a bye, they lost. Oregon was the number 1 seed. I'm trying to think who was the 2 seed last year. I know Oregon was the 1 seed. They lost to Ohio State in the Rose Bowl.
I think Oregon ain't played. Maybe I'm sure. I was about to say
Oregon because they won the Big Ten last year. That was their first year in the Big Ten.
So they ain't played Penn State. Okay, man, I'm sure. Okay.
No, Penn State played in the first round. Penn State played Boise State. Boise State got a bye. Remember, because Boise State was undefeated. They won the Mountain West. They're Ashley Genty. So teams in this round, in this playoff format that we've seen in this second round, all the teams that had some rest, they're on for. I agree with your point. I think it's prevalent for Indiana to come out fast because I think Alabama will have that momentum of being down 17-0 at Oklahoma, and I think that actually will help them start the game out fast. My question is, what type of game speed and mental speed is Indiana in? Because they haven't played the game since the Big Ten championship yet. So they haven't played at all. So Georgia, going back to my point last year, Georgia lost. Yeah, my bad. Georgia was number 2 in the college football playoff last year. They lost. So Oregon was number 1. Georgia was number 2. Boise State was number 4. I'm trying to think. Arizona State, because they won their division. They won the Big 12. So they were the 3 seed, and they lost to Texas. Georgia lost to Notre Dame because of the quarterback situation. Ohio State destroyed Oregon, and Penn State beat Boise State, which really wasn't a surprise. So anyway, getting back to this game, Alabama and Indiana. I think Alabama starts out fast. I agree with you. This is not the same Alabama team. So this hurts my heart to do this. But I'm going to pick Indiana. I thought Indiana was the best team I saw all year. I think Indiana defeats Alabama in the Rose Bowl Thursday at 4 o'clock. Last game we're going to preview of the college football playoff quarterfinal. The All-State Sugar Bowl. The number 6 seed Ole Miss Rebels take on the number 3 seed Georgia Bulldogs. This game is Thursday night at 8 o'clock. This game will be called by Greg McElroy, Sean McDonough, Greg McElroy, Molly McGrath, and Laura Rutledge. Georgia is a slight favorite over Ole Miss. They are favored by 6. Well, I shouldn't say slight favorite. They're favored by 6.5. The over/under is 56.5. I'll start us off with this one since you start us off with the last one. This is the game where not having Lane Kiffin comes into fruition. I think Gunnar Stockton, Kirby Smart, as I mentioned earlier in going over these games, those guys have not forgotten what happened to them last year in this game, because they played in the Sugar Bowl last year against Notre Dame. It was actually pushed back because of a tragedy that happened, and they lost that game because their quarterback got knocked out. Georgia won't let that happen again. I like Georgia to beat Ole Miss.
Yeah, this is going to be a big loss, like you said, with Lane Kiffin gone. Ole Miss defense really hasn't improved throughout the year. Georgia defense actually has improved since they last matchup. I think Kirby got them rolling on all cylinders. I think Gunnar Stockton to make some crucial passes in the passing game. So give me Georgia as well.
We both like Georgia to defeat Ole Miss. Should be a great 4 games of the college football. The first 2 games, which is the Cotton Bowl and the Orange Bowl, those teams play against each other. And the last 2 games, the All-State Sugar Bowl and the Rose Bowl, those teams will more likely play against each other. So it should be a great week of college football playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get finished with college football, as you guys see on the screen, we have notable college bowl games this week. I start off with the Music City Bowl, Tennessee versus Illinois. The Alamo Bowl, USC versus number 16 USC versus TCU. The Reliant Quest Bowl, number 23 Iowa versus number 14 Vanderbilt. And the Holiday Bowl, Friday night, number 17 Arizona versus SMU. Out of those 4 games, bro, which one of those games catches your attention?
Iowa versus Vanderbilt. I want to see what Pavia does versus that Iowa defense. Iowa offensively actually has been a little bit more explosive than years past. So that's an interesting game, just to me.
I agree with you 1,000%. The last time we saw Diego Pavia, he was acting like an ass because he didn't win the Heisman Trophy. So this time, hopefully, we can see him in a better, positive light, him actually performing and producing on the football field. And actually playing well. Hopefully that can elevate his draft status in the next NFL draft, 2026 NFL draft. So I'm right there with you, brother. I'm forward to that Iowa and Vanderbilt game Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Highly Opinionated. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is brought to you by Edibly Airy. Enjoy the heightened experience of THC edibles in a whole new way. At Edibly Airy, our freeze-dry edibles available in 100 milligram, 200 milligram, 300 milligram, 400 milligram will give you the buzz you crave with a flavor you won't forget. Available in 3 different flavors: watermelon sunset, tropical fruit, and berry. To place orders, please visit the website at ediblyairy.com. While you're there at ediblyairy.com, use a promotion code. You guys see the promotion code on the screen. $ Highly Airy, $. Again, $ Highly Airy, $ for 20% off your first purchase. Follow us on IG at Edibly Airy for new product releases and monthly hookups. Must be 21 and over to purchase. Edibly Airy, the best freeze-dry edibles out. Go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated NFL Week 17 recap, Tim. Start off with the Texans, who defeated the LA Chargers 20-16. C.J. Stroud was 16 of 28, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Woody Marks, 19 carries, 71 yards. Jaden Higgins, 2 catches, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. For the LA Chargers, Justin Herbert, 21 of 32, 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also led the team in rushing, 6 carries, 37 yards. Quentin Johnston, 5 catches, 98 yards. Tim, your thoughts on the Houston Texans improving that record to 11-5 and dropping the LA Chargers to 11-5?
Yeah, man, the Chargers just had too many miscues in the kicking game, man. Missed the short field goal, missed the extra point in the red zone. I think Gaskin bobbled the ball, which caused a pick in the red zone. Like, they just had too many missed opportunities in this game. Honestly, I felt like they was, I ain't gonna say clearly better than the Texans, but I felt like they was watching that game. I felt like they was better than the Texans. And the Texans, man, that offense struggles, man. It's gonna be hard to see whoever they match up with. Of course, it depends on matchups, but they gotta get their offense together because their offense does not look good over in Houston. But they did get the win, and we celebrate wins. Shout out to the Texans for getting the dub.
Yeah, no, the Texans defense is definitely A1. I mean, they might be the best unit in the AFC playoffs. Like, if you look at all the units from offense to defense to special teams, they might be the best unit in the playoffs, the Texans defense. So I definitely give you that. You definitely are right about that. I agree with you on the Chargers. They just had too many missed opportunities, too many chances in the in Houston's territory and not getting touchdowns. Like you said, interception going off the guys, going off Grant's 86, the rookie's hands. Kicker, Dicker the kicker, he missed a field goal. Probably one of the first times I've seen him miss a field goal in a very long time. So the LA Chargers definitely somewhat beat themselves. I'll give you that. But I thought the Houston Texans, I thought they were more physical from the jump. They got out early 14-0, kind of gave them a little leeway, not leeway, but kind of gave them the separation that they needed to be successful. Chargers really only scored. They scored 2 touchdowns in the game. So they scored their touchdown in the third quarter. They scored a touchdown in the third quarter and 1 in the fourth quarter. And the Texans did their 2 touchdowns, explosive plays, a 75-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Higgins and a 43-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Noel from C.J. Stroud. They did their scoring early. But again, the Texans were able to get touchdowns when they got in the red zone to a certain extent, and the Chargers got field goals. And to me, that definitely decided the game. I think both teams have clinched playoff spots. We're just waiting to see whether the Texans will be the AFC South champion or be the number 5 seed. And the Chargers, as we heard Jim Harbaugh stated on Monday, that they won't play their starters this week. So I think the Chargers are solidified at being, what seed are they, the 7th seed right now? They the 6th seed or the 7th seed?
Yeah, one of the two. I haven't looked at that.
I am actually about to tell you now. So with the Chargers, trying to figure things out, trying to get things situated for the playoffs. They obviously they're gonna rest Justin Herbert in the last game of the season. Obviously, he had hand problem. So right now, The Texans are 11-5. The Chargers are 11-5, and Buffalo is 11-5. So Buffalo is Chargers, Texans, Chargers, Bills. All three of those teams 11-5. The Texans is the 5 seed. The Chargers is the 4 seed. Texans 5 seed, Chargers 6 seed, Bills 7 seed. So right now the Chargers in the first round will play Jacksonville. If that would be the matchup. But again, they probably lose to Denver this week. So they probably drop down to the 7 seed and play the 2 seed. And the 2 seed to me is probably going to be New England. They play Miami this week. I think New England will beat Miami. So very interesting to see how these teams finish out the regular season. Next game that we're going to recap is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. Philadelphia Eagles defeat the Buffalo Bills 13-12. Low scoring, rock fight, defensive type game. You know you're going to get that with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, pulling up his stats now. Jalen Hurts was 13-27, 110 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Saquon Barkley, 19 carries, 68 yards. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 68 yards. For Buffalo, Josh Allen, 23-35, 262 yards. James Cook, 20 carries, 74 yards. Brandon Cooks, 4 catches, 101 yards. Josh Allen had 7 carries, 27 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Your thoughts on the Philadelphia Eagles improving their record to 11-5 and dropping the Bills to 11-5?
Man, watching this game, man, it's only one man that I think can stop the Eagles from repeating. And that man is Kevin Patullo. If Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni figure out how to call a complete game, because they still haven't had a complete offensive game yet, in my opinion, for most of the Raiders and then Washington was a little better. But if they figure out to call a complete game, they should repeat with, I ain't gonna say with ease, but they should repeat pretty convincingly. Like defensively, the defensive unit probably, if y'all think the Texans is better, that's fine, but they definitely top 3 in the league. Like it's hard to score. They shut down the Bills team that puts points up, moves the ball, pretty much controlled them to the end of the game with 5 minutes left. But yeah, so it was a defensive game. Like the Eagles defense is legit. Like it's gonna be hard to do much on them. So Patullo, man, you got to earn your paycheck in the playoffs, man. That's all that's gonna come down to. The Bills, the defense played better than most expected. I think the Eagles got real conservative because the weather conditions. They got real conservative after the first half. It was bad that second half. But it's like, it's crazy how the Eagles keep winning and they have terrible offensive performances. Like I think they have 3 games where I think it's 5 yards passing in the second half, which don't even make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that don't even make sense if you think about it. But they figured out a way to win. I think the throw, Josh Allen, that 2-point throw, I know he would want that back. But I think that also plays into the pressure. Like once you get pressured a lot, you start to do things early with your footwork. You know what I'm saying? I don't think his feet was set. He ain't playing right to throw the 2-point conversion.
They weren't.
Oh, yeah, so that was big. I know people was debating should they went for 2 or went for 1. I feel like I would have went for 2 there. At home, I feel like I would have went for 2 there. So I ain't mad at the decision. Just gotta have better executions. But man, shout out to the Eagles defense, man, and Sirianni, if you listening. Offense don't need to sit next week. Offense need to play. If you think about sitting anybody, sit some of the defense guys. But offense needs some work, man. We gotta figure this out.
Yeah, you guys play the Commanders this week, week 18, home game. Sirianni's still thinking about what he's going to play, who's going to play, who's not going to play. Yeah, I would be inclined with you. I would be inclined to play the offensive starters. I'm gonna add 2 people to who you said the offensive coordinator that I'll be looking at. I'm looking at the head coach and I'm looking at the quarterback as well. I put all 3 of them in the same category because the quarterback has won, so he should be able to have some input in the offense. If you're not trusting his input, then what are you indirectly saying about the quarterback? And then the head coach, bro, you're the head coach of the team. You can see that the offense has been, I'll be nice, mediocre all season. You found me? Or yeah, let's just say nice. Be mediocre all season. So the head coach should interject. The offensive coordinator needs to do his job, and the quarterback should interject. Forget the wide receivers, the quarterbacks, the tight ends. Those are the three most important people on the team. The head, I shouldn't say on the team. Obviously, you got defense coordinator, stuff like that. But in the offensive side of the ball, you have your head coach, you got your offensive coordinator, and you got your quarterback. So these guys all should be in line step. So I'm looking at all of them. Now, Petula, I've seen Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni get the benefit because we've seen them do it before. But I've also seen them with a new offensive coordinator struggle as well. So, like, at some point, like, they should understand, like, all right, bro, like, we have Saquon Barkley, we have A.J. Brown, we have the tight end, what's the tight end? Dallas Goedert, we have Devontae Smith. I like Dotson. Coming the third receiver, number 2. So, we got to find a way to get these guys the ball and let our playmakers playmate. As far as the Eagles defense, they can repeat. Yeah, they can repeat because they hit hard, they physical, and they play a certain type of ball that you have to match to them. If you don't match the Eagles' physicality, you're not beating the Eagles. I don't give a damn where you playing at, in Buffalo, in Philly, or in Siberia. You have to match their physicality. So, with that being said, thoroughly impressed with the Eagles to go on the road and win that game. We both picked the Eagles to win that game. Was a little bit surprised they couldn't get Saquon going, rushing the ball, but the Eagles found a way to get the win, prove that record to 11-5. The Buffalo Bills dropped to 11-5. The Eagles have an outside chance of being the number 2 seed. All they need is the aforementioned Chicago Bears. They lost to the San Francisco 49ers. We'll get to that in a second. The Bears need to lose their last 2 games. They played Detroit this week. I don't know how many starters Detroit to play, you feel me, for the last game of the season. That game is in Chicago, by the way. So if Chicago wins, they're the 2 seed. If they lose and the Eagles win against Washington, then the Philadelphia Eagles will be the 2 seed. Last game we're going to recap, speaking of the Chicago Bears, and an absolute offensive shootout. The San Francisco 49ers defeated the Chicago Bears 42-38. Caleb Williams, 25 of 42, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. DeAndre Swift, 9 carries, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. Luther Burden III, 6 catches, 138 yards, 1 touchdown. Colston Loveland, 6 catches, 94 yards, 1 touchdown. For the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy, 24-33, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Christian McCaffrey, 23 carries, 140 yards, 1 touchdown catch. Ricky Pearsall, 5 catches, 85 yards. That was his stat. He didn't have any touchdowns. 5 catches, 85 yards. Average per catch, 17 yards. Tim, your thoughts when the San Francisco 49ers improving their record to 12-4 and dropping the Bears to 11-5?
Man, first, like you said, man, defense was optional in this game, right? And
now you mean it didn't show up?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all starting to see why I don't believe in the Bears yet? And they got a turnover too. Like they got a turnover. Like, but their defense not good. Like I told y'all, the defense wasn't good. They rely on takeaways. In some games, you ain't gonna get a takeaway. They actually did get a takeaway in this game. Got a pick 6, and that still wasn't enough. Like they couldn't stop nothing. No pass rush, no nothing. 49ers, no pass rush, no nothing. Like it was like, dang, yo, like Purdy looked so good, yo. Like I'm like, dang, yo, I will be playing Purdy in the championship, and he got 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 like yo, it's Brock Purdy, yo. What's going on? But both of these teams, man, I think they're gonna have quick playoff exits, man. I don't believe it because both of the defenses is bad. Like 49ers, to a certain extent, they got a lot of injuries. No excuses, but they missing a lot on the defensive side, like leaders of the defense. Yeah, I just don't see neither one of these teams winning a playoff game, even if the matchups in their favor, because they can't stop nobody. Neither one of them can stop nobody. Shout out to the 49ers, though, because with an injured team like they did, man, to win, they won 12 games? 12-4?
12-4, yes, sir.
Yeah, for them to win 12 games and how beat up they are, man, just as a testament of the coaching and putting people in right positions, man. You don't never know who's going to be the leading receiver. 1 week is Pearsall, 1 week is Jennings, 1 week is McCaffrey. Like, you know what I'm saying? They balling over there, man. So shout out to 49ers for getting the win. And we look forward to that game, that big game Saturday.
Yes, Saturday 8 o'clock. I'm sure we will talk about that game momentarily. Where I disagree with you about the Bears specifically, every team that makes the playoffs in the NFC has a deficiency. Okay, let's start in order. The number one team, Seattle. I know you like Seattle, bro. We have not seen the quarterback do it when the money's on the line. In fact, I should say this. I should save this for that game, but I'm gonna use it now. Sam Darnold was in the same position last year. Same exact position. Week 18, you have a chance to be number one seed. You win that game, you number one seed. You got a home playoff game throughout the playoffs. We got to go through. We got to see you. That was in Minnesota. This year is in Seattle. So for me, I don't trust him. The Rams. I seen them play on Monday night. Now maybe it was lack of effort, maybe it was whatever, but that defense against Atlanta was, let's just say, highly questionable, right? And that offensive line play was a little bit highly questionable. So the Philadelphia Eagles, great defense. Offense is mediocre, to be nice. Whoever wins the NFC South, they all right. They cool, but they'll be a first-round exit. The 5 seed, which is San Francisco, bad defense. Green Bay made the playoffs. They don't have their best pass rusher or their best defensive lineman, their best run stopper in Wyatt, and they lost Parsons. And Chicago, obviously, they have a bad defense. So all them teams I mentioned, there was a 7. It's only 8 teams that have a chance to make the playoffs, and 8 teams have a chance left of making the playoffs. Only 7 will get in. All those teams have deficiencies. So for me, this is a wide open year. So I get your point about the Bears. Again, I'm not picking the Bears to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not doing that. I thought they'd make the playoffs. They've done that. Congratulations to the Bears on winning their division as well. I didn't think that was going to happen this season. But I just think all these teams in the NFC have deficiencies. So, to me, there could be a surprise team that gets to the Super Bowl out the NFC. Because I look at all of them, other than the NFC South, every team could win the Super Bowl. Or not win the Super Bowl, could get to the Super Bowl. Seattle, San Francisco, the Rams, the Eagles, the Bears. I probably will eliminate the Packers because they lost their best player. But I think the 5 other teams have a chance. They just got to depend on right matchup, right situation, guys playing good, right, right timing. So now as far as this game, yeah, you're right. Defense was defense didn't show up for the Bears at all. Defense ain't showed up for the Bears other than takeaways all season. San Francisco, I thought their defense was starting to percolate and play better. They have not. They regressed in this game. San Francisco has a chance to right their wrongs next week. Home game Saturday against Seattle for the NFC number 1 seed. So congratulations to those guys on doing what they were supposed to be doing, and they handle business. Both teams, like I said before, will be in the playoffs. Chicago Bears finished their season at home against the Detroit Lions, and the San Francisco 49ers finished their season at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. The best segment in sports. This week's edition of Let's Talk About It, as always, on NFL season is our NFL takeaways. Tim, my guy, my brother, as always, you start us off, bro.
Yeah, man. So last week's show, man, I let you talk about Tom, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good, but hey, man, Steelers got to get a playoff win, man. Having winning seasons is cool. I understand, but they ain't won a playoff game since 2016, man. So that sounds good, but
I know
you gotta be in the winning business. You know what I'm saying? You got at least want to play it. Do they have the best team? No, I do not think they have the best team talent wise. But you should be able to win a playoff game. I'm not even asking you to go to the Super Bowl. So I think that game. The Steelers on 5 coaches, so I think they have mutually part ways. But I think that game is big for both of them coaches, man. Whoever, I can see both of them. Even the winner might get let go, honestly, because I think both it's just time for change of scenery for both of them, in my opinion. Second one, man. Running back love this week, man. I don't have the numbers. You see, I'm out of town. I don't have the numbers on me, but we'll have them for the show. But, man, got to shout out Derrick Henry. Had a big performance versus the Green Bay Packers. Got to shout out Christian McCaffrey. Big performance versus the Bears. And, me and my co-host, we had a little subtle debate about this. Who was the best player in the South before the season? And shout out Bijan Robinson, man. He dominant performance. Some of the, he's special, man. I don't know if y'all watch some of that tackle in the backfield, breaking tackles, running for 30, jump cuts. Like, that boy's special, man. So shout out all three of them running back love this week. And my last one, man. So my last one, it was tricky for this last one. But do we really need a playoff team from the NFC South? Like, do we really need to give one of them teams a spot? Like, do we really want to watch them play? Like, and don't get me wrong, like, the South actually look like it's going to have some promise in the future. Like if you watch some of the teams that still, you know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta still playing. The Saints look like show might be the answer. And they've been missing Kamara for most of the season. Tampa Bay free fall. I don't know what's up with Tampa. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure you'll talk about Tampa eventually. But yeah, man. But this year, do we really need a team from the South this year?
Yes, we do. I don't want to go too deep into that, but we do. Every team in the NFC South is playing good. The New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers, and the Atlanta Falcons. All three of those teams are playing. They had bad records. The Saints didn't start Tyler Shuck from the season. Saints ain't start Tyler Shuck from the season. The Panthers are up and down, Jekyll and Hyde team. And the Falcons have played better. Let me say this. The Falcons have played better since they played Kirk Cousins. Nobody don't want to say that, so I'll say that. And I don't want to take away from your takeaways, but the Falcons have played better since they've had Kirk Cousins as their starting quarterback. They've been more explosive.
They should look a little better. Comparing him to a rookie, they should look a little better. So
I'm saying, but for me, they could have built the team out. The Falcons, to me, during this time, and we can talk about Tampa. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna get to Tampa next week because they got to play this game this week, and then I'll get to them next week. But the Falcons really should be the one taking advantage of this division because they had the team built up. You feel me? To win. But they drafted Michael Penix in the first round, and that kind of like, to me, that really set them back because they could have used that pick to improve the team. They didn't improve the team. So, yeah, they got a quarterback, but
my thing with Cousins ain't played well last year. You feel me? So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but he just came off the injury. So it was going to take him some time because he's not mobile. You know, he's not the most mobile player, so it was going to take him some time to get right. So for me, I just look at it last. You're right. Like, you're right about the other three teams playing good, but I do think we should have a team from the South make it because Carolina's playing good. I know Atlanta and New Orleans can't make it, but they're playing good football. And to me, you know this better than anybody coaching. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. I know a team in that division that started 6-1. So I'm just saying, bro, like, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. All three of those teams have finished the season well enough to try to make the playoffs. They're not, Atlanta and New Orleans are not because of record. But all three of those teams are playing well. So I think we should get an NFC South team. It might be good for you. Your Seahawks or Eagles might play them in the first round and ramrod them. So, so yeah, it should be good. It'll be good for you. You'll like that. So, as always, brother, great NFL takeaways. My takeaways very, very short and sweet this week, week 17. Hey, Todd Monken. You know that game plan you had against Green Bay? You should have did that shit against the Patriots. You wouldn't be in a win for all situation at Pittsburgh in week 18. Yo, get the ball to Derrick Henry. Like, why would you sign the man and not give the man the ball? Derrick Henry dominated the Green Bay Packers. I know you gave R&B love. I know you don't have the stats. I have the stats right here. Derrick Henry, 36 carries, 216 yards, 4 touchdowns. Get that man the ball. Stop playing around. Your season on the line. Your career, according to Tim, your job might be on the line. Stop playing around. Get that man the ball. Get that man the ball. My next takeaway. I told y'all a couple weeks. Old Tyler Shuck down there in New Orleans. Tyler Shuck is the best quarterback in this year's rookie class. Not even close. If you watch these games and you watch him play, you watched him play since he got in, since he's taken over. Yes, he was going to make rookie mistakes. He's a better overall. He's playing better this year than Cam Ward, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Quinn Ewers, even though Quinn Ewers destroyed the Bucs last week. Shocking. But Tyler Shuck has been the best rookie quarterback this season. Congratulations to the Saints. I think they got their guy. I said this a couple weeks ago. I think the Saints have their guy. My next takeaway. I'll just keep on. Tim got two teams that he just don't respect. even though they're going to make the playoffs. The Chicago Bears and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars ended Phillip Rivers' career on Sunday. They ended it. They were down. Trevor Lawrence, old sunshine, turned back and they're like, bro, what you doing? But no, 23 or 37, 263 yards. He did have that stupid interception, but he gave me 26 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns on the ground. This Trevor Lawrence that we're seeing, this is the guy that we thought we would get out the number 1 pick. Again, number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Again, I know he had an interception, but in years past, he wouldn't have won games like this. They were down early. The coach, Jacksonville, came back, found a way to make it a game. They were down 10-0 early, and they found a way to come back and make it a game. I know Phillip Rivers is not what he used to be. I get that, but for Jacksonville to come back and do that, very, very impressed with them. And my last takeaway for this week 17 NFL takeaways. Well, the Las Vegas Raiders will have the number 1 pick. Fernando Mendoza. Better start wearing that purple and silver. I mean, I said purple and silver. That black and silver, sir, because that's where you will be going. If you ain't even got to do the breaking news, Ross, I'm going to let you know now. With the number 1 pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback out of Indiana. Now, who will be the head coach there? I have no idea. But I damn sure know Gino won't be there. Fernando Mendoza will be. The Raiders lost this week to the Giants, basically clinched the number 1 pick. So I think we will see a brand new quarterback in Las Vegas next season. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Highly Opinionated. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is sponsored by Wolves of War. In some of the episodes, you can see my co-host and Ross wearing a brand called Wolves of War. Wolves of War is our first sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, and we are so thankful to have those guys sponsoring Highly Opinionated. Thank you very much. The actual meaning of Wolves of War is that it represents having a strong path behind you through the battles of life. With the right people behind you, you can get through anything. You guys see the link for Wolves of War? Make sure you guys click on the link, shop, great apparels, t-shirts, sweatsuits, whatever you want, they have. Once again, Wolves of War. Make sure you guys go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. As we do, wrap up every show during the NFL season. Week 18, Tim. This is the last full week of the NFL season, my brother. Can you believe that? Went by so fast, man. Here we are.
Nah, definitely went by quick, man.
Quick. Not to be funny, before we get to the first game, as you get older, it just seems like the seasons get shorter and shorter and shorter. When we were young, it's like, damn, man, when football gonna come back? Now I was like, damn, it's here. It's gone. Like, as soon as you snap your fingers here, as soon as you snap your fingers, it's gone. So let's start our Week 18 NFL preview. 8-8 Carolina Panthers travel to the 7-9 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game is Saturday at 4:30 on ABC and ESPN. Very simple. If the Carolina Panthers win this game, they win the NFC South. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win this game, they need the New Orleans Saints to defeat the Falcons. If the Falcons defeat the Saints and the Bucks defeat the Panthers win the division because of division tiebreakers. So there will be a pop quiz at the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you know that. Again, Panthers win, they're in. Bucks win, they need the Saints to lose. They need the Saints to beat the Falcons. This game is Saturday at 4:30 on ABC, ESPN. This game will be called by Chris Fowler, Dan Orlovsky, Louis Rick will be on the call. Peter Schrager will be on the sidelines. Tim, who wins the NFC South? Carolina Panthers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I ain't gonna lie to the good people, man. I honestly don't have no idea who will win this game, man. My gut telling me the Panthers probably got the best unit on the field, which is the defense. Offensively, Bryce Young and them, they leave a lot to be desired. One game he looked real good. The next game he looked like old Bryce Young that's struggling to read coverages and stuff like that. Tampa been free falling. I don't think they won out their last 8 or something like that.
1-7.
1-7, yeah. So it's like, who do you really take? I just watched them lose to a Miami team with Quinn Ewers. So with that being said, normally I would go with the home team, but I don't have no faith in the Bucks right now. So I think the Panthers Win the game. I think they figure out a way to win this game, man.
You like Carolina to defeat Tampa Bay. You know, usually I would give you a hard time for not picking the Bucks. I would give you a hard time for that. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I don't run from the smoke. I'm here. When I'm right, I'm right. When I'm wrong, I'm still here. I'm wrong. You feel me? I picked the Buccaneers to go to the Super Bowl. But that's going to be impossible because they're not going to make the playoffs. I like the Panthers. The Panthers are the better team, the hot team. Tampa Bay lost to the Miami Dolphins, who are trying to lose. They are trying to lose, or at least trying to look at Quinn Ewers, a.k.a. trying to lose. But whatever you want to take. The Buccaneers struggled against them. They haven't had it since the Buccaneers started off 6-1 and had free fall ever since. It pains my heart to pick against my Buccaneers. Again, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, and I will, just like I did the Ravens a couple weeks ago, I will really go into Tampa next week when I know they're officially eliminated. But I'm taking Carolina, man. They're the better team, the hotter team. Listen, you can call me a fool all you want to. Shit, at the end of the day, you gotta know when to fold. You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them. And I folded the Bucks a minute ago, yeah. Well, I'm not saying a minute ago. After watching them lose to the Dolphins, I can't hold you no more. I gotta fold you. You gotta show me what you are. So, give me the Carolina Panthers to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next game we're gonna preview, ladies and gentlemen. Very simple. The winner of this game is the number 1 seed and the NFC West champions, as the 13-3 Seattle Seahawks travel to the 12-4 San Francisco 49ers. This game is Saturday at 8:00 on ABC and ESPN. Seattle's favored by 1.5. The total for this game is 49.5. Tim, I'll start us off first. As I said earlier, Sam Darnold was in this position last year, and he folded because he played against Detroit with Aaron Glenn, and the defensive line got after him and basically put that out there for the Rams to follow the next week. I actually think San Francisco is the better team. I actually think San Francisco is home. I don't think they're the better team, but San Francisco is home, so that gives them an advantage. But I actually think Seattle finds a way to win this because I think Seattle is a more complete team. They have their players that they have their defense, they have their offensive players. So I think health comes into fruition for this game. And if you look at the NFC West, the Rams split with the 49ers. The Rams split with Seattle. So I expect Seattle and the 49ers. All these teams are split with each other. I don't think one team is going to sweep another team. San Francisco defeated Seattle in Seattle week 1. I think Seattle gets them back and defeats them week 18 on Saturday night.
Yeah, man. Well, I just seen Caleb Williams do what he wanted versus this defense, so I don't have no doubts Sam Darnold could throw all over him as well. Give me Seattle, man. They come in the 49ers and get the win. Like you said, they're the more complete team, better defense. I don't think Purdy has such a big performance versus them. I think he actually turns it over once or twice. Give me Seattle, man. Seattle will be the number 1 seed in the division, and they will win the division. And someone told y'all here first that Seattle will win the NFC West. So my predictions.
Who was that guy?
Who was that guy? Right. My predictions have been pretty good this year, I must say.
Yes, they have been. They have been. They are better than mine. Better than mine, for sure. Yeah. Let me just say this. Next year, if Tampa Bay get off the 6-1, I'm not saying nothing about it. It's gonna let it be what it's gonna be. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. So but nah, you've had a good NFL season so far, my brother. Hopefully it continues. Last game that we're gonna preview, NFL Week 17. Game 272. That would be the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Baltimore Ravens come in the game at 8-8. The Pittsburgh Steelers come into the game at 9-7. This game is Sunday night on NBC. The great Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark will be on the call. Very simple. Whoever wins this game, they win the AFC North, and they are the number 4 seed in the AFC playoffs. Tim, the Ravens are favored by 3.5. The over-under is 40.5. The $1 million question. Is this the week Tim finally picks the Ravens?
Well, this another game. I don't really know, man. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been debating all day. Like I really don't like Steelers defense look like they have improved over the past few weeks. So they defense clicking. The Ravens defense is sorry if you ask me. Malik Willis did what they want. If they just put 11 in the box versus Derrick Henry, I think they had won that game last week. Offensively, the Ravens going to rely on Henry, and I think the Steelers know that. So that's going to be. But on the flip side, the Steelers' offense with Rodgers. I told you, Arthur Smith probably the worst offensive coordinator I ever seen in my life. Him and Kevin Petula probably related. So they both get the same sorry plays. They probably talk with each other. Who can run the worst? Who can run the worst concepts?
They're in the same state, so they got easy access to each other.
You know what I'm saying? They probably talk to each other like, man, yeah, that concept dumb, but I'm gonna run it. So, man, see, if the Ravens win, my Christmas is ruined. If the Steelers win, I don't really got no beef with the Steelers. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying Christmas because I said, if y'all looked at the episode before, I said Christmas was looking all right because I thought the Ravens would be out by this point. But I just don't see Rodgers going like that. I just don't. I don't see him going out like this at home because this definitely his last game because I don't see the Steelers re-signing him. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Steelers, man. I'm gonna go Steelers. Not confident, but that's what I'm going with.
Like Steelers, okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. It's only I've said this plenty of times. I said this on the show earlier. I've said this all week. Once we found out this was the matchup at the time, it's only right that the NFL season ends this way, where the Ravens and the Steelers play against each other. The winner advances, the loser season is over. The Baltimore Ravens will be without Lamar Jackson. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be without DK Metcalf, who's serving the second game of a 2-game suspension for hitting the fan. Also, TJ Watt. We don't know with the lung situation. He couldn't play last week. I think it's highly unlikely that he plays this week. The Steelers' second-string tight end, Darnell Washington, he broke his arm in the last game, so he will be out. He'll be out for the rest of the season. You said something about Rodgers. You said, man, he can't go out this way. I thought the same thing about 3-4 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago when he was at Green Bay playing a Sunday night game against Detroit. All they had to do was win, and their Packers was in. And they didn't win. Detroit beat them. And that ended that was the last time Aaron Rodgers played at Green Bay. I respect Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I think the Ravens found new life. So I'm going to take the Ravens. I think the Ravens are the more complete, healthier team at this present time. I think the Steelers will try to go out and stop Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry just be a little bit too much for him. So give me the Baltimore Ravens to win the AFC North. Should be a great Sunday night football game to end the season. Ladies and gentlemen, there are no notable games this week. We gave you all 3 notable games because all 3 games matter. The 2 games on Saturday at 4:30 and 8 o'clock on ESPN and ABC, and the 8 o'clock or the 8:20 Sunday night football game. Ladies and gentlemen, should be a great, fantastic week 18 of NFL action. Enjoy it. Last regular season week until next September. Goes by fast, bro. Goes by fast. Before we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys see, college basketball, notable games on the schedule. You see number 24 USC at number 2 Michigan Friday night at 7 o'clock. Saturday, you have number 17 Kansas at UCF at 2 o'clock. And then you have the number 1 team in the country, number 1 Arizona at Utah at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Tim, out of all the college basketball games this week, what game catches your attention?
Yeah, before I give you that game, man, college basketball pissing me off, man. They pissing me off.
Wow, what's wrong?
They letting these grown men that played in the G League come back to college, man. That's just terrible for college. Like, man, college sports, man. Man, I'm about to be in my. I might go remote soon, man. I might be remote soon because I can't. Like, there's no way someone that got played.
You should get some. You got some eligibility. You got some eligibility.
Man, if I ain't tear my Achilles, man, I was thinking about it the other day. If I ain't tear my foot, man, y'all might have seen me on one one of these teams like, oh, tell me, oh, hey, look, man, they giving out NIL money. I only got to do this for a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's just
made enough money to take care of your family for you that time.
That's it. That's all I want to do. Y'all can call me what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? But they can do it. I can do it too. But man, I just really hate what it's doing to the game though. Like it's like, man, there's no way like 26, 27-year-olds supposed to be playing with the college guys. Like this NIL stuff, man, it just messed up college sports for me, man. It's just hard for me to get into it now. Like Kyrie Walker, man, like it's no way he should be eligible to play. Like it's just like it just hurts me, y'all. Like I'm like a real pure sports fan. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't gotta be about my teams. Like I just like good sport. Like you know what I'm saying? I just couldn't fathom like me being 26. I played in like pro level and then going back to college and probably dominate because you should dominate. Like it shouldn't be that hard since you've been playing with grown men and then like feeling comfortable with myself at. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's hurting me, bro. Like it's hurting me, man. But the games, man, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't watching none of them games, man. So I can't even give you a game to watch, my people, because I ain't watching it. So I ain't gonna lie. I can't even get into it though, Wolf. I'm sorry. I can't even get into it.
I got you.
It's just like the same. Like it's what made the game so good is we taking it away. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel like. We take it away. Like the high school guys. Like a lot of high school guys gonna get looked over. If you ain't the top guy no more, they gonna get. I'm gonna get G League guys. I'm gonna get older transfers. Like it's like this ain't. That's what college basketball wasn't meant for this, bro. Like it just. I don't know, man. Call me the old man on the porch, but you know what I'm saying. It's just this ain't what it's supposed to be.
It's the wild west because in college football you got coaches and players leaving, going anywhere, transfer portal in the middle of a college football playoff. And then in basketball, you let the older guys come back and play, even though they said they didn't play or they didn't fulfill their eligibility and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll give you that. It is wild west. They need a commissioner that can guideline the rules, put the rules in place. This is how it's going to be, and then we go at it from there.
Yeah, my last point on that, y'all. I forgot what school it was, y'all. They only got 12 players on the roster for a football team. Like, bro, like it's no way everyone goes to the pool. Like this is crazy, yo. Like this is insane to me. Like I just like, yeah, they definitely need a commission. They need to hire a commission like ASAP before next year. Like they need to hire a commissioner today. Like it's outrageous, man.
Yeah,
it's outrageous.
Basketball and football, because they're two different sports. So the level of talent in football is different than the level of talent in basketball. How you build a team up in football is different than how you build a team up in basketball. So I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah, they definitely need commissioners on both sides. I agree with you. I saw that with the kids, like 24, 25, eligible to go back to college. I'm like, okay, like, all right, I get, like, I'm not a fan of that, but hey, man, like, so I definitely get your point, because it's taken away. Like, you got 26, 25, 24-year-old playing against 17, 18-year-old freshman. Like, of course, he got his man strength. He got his man strength compared to the 17-year-old person. You feel me?
Right.
So, I mean, yeah. So, not the best situation. As far as the games this week, I'm looking at Louisville. Louisville has to play a good California team on Tuesday, but they play California and Stanford this year. The ACC was down last year. I know Stanford and Cal was taking a little bit of time for us to get used to them ACC schools, but Stanford is 10-2, and I think Cal only has one loss on the season. So other than Duke and North Carolina, what teams in the ACC can emerge? Louisville is supposed to be the second or best second, third team in that mix with UNC and Duke. So if Cal or Stanford could beat Louisville, that could maybe propel their season and get them on a nice run entering conference play. Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are entering conference play in college basketball. So you will see that from now until you'll see a few non-conference matchups, but for the most part, you'll see conference Big Ten versus Big Ten, ACC, Big 12, et cetera, et cetera. So great time in sports. Tim, you're not the old man on the porch. You're just speaking wisdom, brother. It's common sense. But when you don't have a commissioner, my grandfather used to always say, boy, when the parent's not around, the kids going to run amok. You feel me? So, yeah, like it's no parent around. So the kids are running amok. The colleges are running amok. They're doing whatever they want, how they want, when they want. And that's not sustainable for the greatness and the growth of the sport. So I agree with you 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys for watching episode 65 of the best sports show out. For the best editor, the best producer, the best guy, you will see him next week, Ross. This guy right here, the best co-host in the game. My guy, Tim, Randallstown Rec Legend himself. Enjoy your vacay, bro. Can't wait to see you back next week. I am merely Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. We will see you guys in 2026. We love you guys. We out.
Appreciate y'all.